People who were the forgotten sibling. Did it ever come back to bite your parents? My parents had only ever wanted a daughter, and I was the infamous mistake that they always tried to hide. Whenever they took my sister skiing or skydiving, they'd leave me at home and pretend like they were a family of 3. However, they also had very high expectations for her, and made her read books until her eyes went red and started bleeding. When she turned 16, she confided in me that she was done being their golden child and was going to run away to our uncle who lived in another state. She made me promise not to tell our parents about it, and I agreed. But then one day, before she planned on leaving, she got in a car accident and passed away. My parents shut down when that happened. They cried the loudest at the funeral, screaming that their entire family was destroyed. I did feel sorry for them because they never knew the truth, but since I was already living with my aunt, I decided not to tell them. They never called or texted anyway, even after I graduated from college, so it's not like I had many chances to reveal the truth. That's why I was shocked when I received a call from my mother 10 years after the incident. She excitedly told me that my sister had come back to life and was now living with them. I asked her to repeat herself and then told her as softly as possible that my sister was gone. No, she's not. The accident was just a ruse because she was kidnapped by some very bad people. But don't worry, now she's escaped and she's back. So, we're going to spoil her as much as possible. I immediately got into my car and drove back home, wanting to meet this person who was obviously impersonating my sister. And just as I expected, she looked nothing like my sister's old pictures. Instead, she looked like she had been living on the street for years with a rough look and hair that went below her shoulders. She greeted me with a smile. "Hey, you're my brother, right? I remember how you used to bully me." My parents immediately started laughing like she had told the funniest joke in the world, despite the fact that I never bullied her. I understood what was going on. This woman was a con artist and she saw her opportunity to deceive my parents. Probably because she saw them doing that ritual at my sister's gravesite. Every month, my parents would load up all my sister's favorite things in the car and go to where she was buried. Then, they would spend hours begging her to come back and play with the toys again. I took my mother aside and explained to her that we had seen my sister's corpse, and she instantly went, "No, that was just a fake planted by the people who kidnapped her. She's already explained it to us." Then both my mother and my father proceeded to gush over my sister's new appearance, calling her beautiful, even though she looked like Shrek after a rough divorce. I decided enough was enough and told them the truth, that even if my sister was still alive, she would never willingly come home to them. I showed them my text that clearly said my sister was planning on running away. I told them that this woman was simply trying to scam them because they were still grieving and was going to take advantage of their cluelessness. My father's face went red, and my mother started looking back and forth between me and the imposter. The woman looked like she was scouting the house for which exit to take in case she had to run. After a long, uncomfortable silence, my mother went, "I knew you always hated your sister for being better than you, but you've gone too far this time." She slapped me across the face and began dragging me outside. I was in shock because my dad was just sitting there, hugging the woman's head close to his chest, like I was the one trying to invade their home. After I was thrown out, they shut the door in my face and blocked me on everything. I wanted to scream at them to come to their senses, but instead, I decided I'd let karma do its thing. I went back to my apartment and waited, but I didn't have to wait long at all. 5 days later, the woman had already stolen everything from my parents' house, including money from the safe that they happily gave her access to. She had run off in my dad's car after leaving a letter that called my parents stupid in a more colorful language. My parents had unblocked me and were crying nonstop, telling me I was right and asking for my help. I simply said, "I told you so," and then hung up. I know wherever my sister is, she is happy.